Women say that it's actually harder to relax during the holidays, and we know from the research that women actually go to their default coping skills more during the holidays than compared to men. So for example, they're more likely to do comfort eating. And I think a lot of this is probably related to societal pressure. You can think about our brains as like a glass of water, and when you're super stressed out, there's more and more water building up in that glass, and then you've got water just right at the top of the glass, and it just takes a little bit to tip the glass, and then the water starts coming over. So when you're in that moment and the water's at that top of the glass, what do you already have in your wheelhouse that's super easy to do? Maybe it's comfort eating. Maybe it's just sitting down and vegging out in front of the television. Maybe it's grabbing a glass to drink, something that's just kind of easy. It's not going to take a lot of energy. You're used to it. And even think about the way that you're breathing right now. We often are chest breathers. So when we breathe, you'll see that the air is just going down to the chest and the chest is lifting up. But really think about, for a deep breath, breathing all the way down to your toes. So try to get the air all the way down to your toes, and you want it to go down to your diaphragm. You want your stomach to kind of go in and out instead of your chest going in and out. So you can breathe deeply, watch that stomach going in and out for about 5 seconds, and then exhale for about 5 seconds, and then repeat that. And it just slows your body down. Women's magazines are typically saying things like, make the perfect decorations, cook the perfect meals, make everything perfect. So a lot of pressure. And so I really ask, for women, really ask yourselves, is that a value for you, perfection, making everything perfect, or is a value more family, connection? And we think about values because it's kind of a complex concept. What is a value? A value is a compass that you can live by. It's kind of a guide versus a goal. A goal is something that you can say, my goal is to graduate next year. Well, once you graduate, check, you're done. But a value would be learning. And you can't just say, oh, I've learned, check, I'm done. Like, it's something that you continually do. So ask yourself, what are your values when it comes to the holidays? And if your value is family connection, is that what you're doing during the holidays? Or instead, are you spending all your time and your energy cooking the perfect meal, really trying to live up to the societal pressures versus trying to live up to your guide, your compass, your values? You can just Google values card sort, and lots of different websites come up where you can actually download 10, 20 pages of just values cards. So pages and pages of each card has one value on it. Print those pages out, cut out the cards, lay the cards out on the ground, and you can make a few piles. This is really important to me. I don't know, this might be important, or no, this value is not important at all. So put all the cards in each of these piles. In the end, you're going to have a pile of 20 or so that are very important to you, and then take a look at those. Start making a pile of those 20. This is very important, not as important, less important, and really come down with your top 5, and then use that as a guide for how you want to approach the holidays. If you're finding that the holidays are very stressful for you, I think it's worth taking 15, 20 minutes to do this values card sort for longer term relief of the stress that you're having. So research actually shows that women report that they are almost twice as likely as men to say that they would do all of the work necessary to make sure that the holidays go well. So kind of two pieces. If you use these values, what are your values, what are your partner's values, coming together, making sure you two can find a compromise or maybe on the same page when it comes to the holidays. Once you've got that compromise, how can you two tag team it? Communicate. What can you do? What can you do? We know that people who are not as healthy mentally, whether that's stress, whether that's sadness, their physical health takes a toll. Fatigue. When you're fatigued, you're more susceptible to injury. You're more susceptible to getting the cold, getting the flu. There's a real mind-body connection when it comes to your mental health and physical health.